Welcome to another episode of Moving to Maryland. I'm here with Megan and Nick. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Today we're going to talk about Highlandtown. One of my favorite spots for live music is the Creative Lines.
Yes.
You guys ever been to a concert? The Creative Lines?
I saw a couple shows there. They weren't music, but I've been there. I used to live right across the street.
Yeah.
Art shows and
Right. A lot going on there.
it's a gem in Baltimore City, wouldn't you say?
It's an awesome neighborhood. Yeah, I
So-
really like it.
If you're going to describe where Highlandtown is located, where would you say?
It's the east side of the city, so it's just to the east of Patterson Park. So if you take Eastern Avenue all the way out, that's Main Street, Highlandtown. And then as soon as you hit the bridge, that's when you've gone too far into Greektown. And then it stretches northward all the way up from to like Baltimore and Fayette Street. So it's a really, really big neighborhood on the east side of the city.
Now, it's a arts district that
Yes.
has some benefits for artists, but that sort of artsy vibe goes all the way from kids in the schools, their parents, the Creative Alliance. Like they just recently had the Lantern Parade, which is it's one of my favorite Halloween artsy cool things to do, right?
And
That's
they
a great-
do Friday nights. They do an art walk in Highlandtown off of like Gough Street, where people who own either local artists or people who own shops or boutiques, they go outside. They put all their art and everything right out front, so people walk by, check it out. It's really, really cool.
My favorite is seeing all the murals on the buildings. I mean, you go by all the streets and there's something so different. You take some side alleys and you see another thing. Like, it's just incredible to it really does highlight creativity and inspiration in that neighborhood.
So Highlandtown has a history of welcoming immigrants. Now, back years ago, it was European, and now we have Latino. It's got such a diverse cultural aspect of it that I love. That it's hard to think of another neighborhood that has all of that.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it is awesome. And it really translates into the culture in terms of what you can get in Highlandtown, especially with the large Latin influence. I mean, there's so many great in terms of, as somebody who likes to eat, tons of awesome restaurants. There's Latin grocery stores, anything that you would want. And it really, helps, for me, sell people to Highlandtown who want a really good cultural experience.
Yeah, I mean, it's you go down Eastern Avenue, and you have such a range of restaurants. You have Vietnamese. I mean, it's just the taquerias, all of the.
Right.
It's one of the. If you haven't been there, you really got to check it out because there are just so many really good spots. A lot of them are small that you wouldn't. You would pass by driving down the road and not realize like amazing food is in that place.
That's the best spots, though.
Francesco's Empanada.
Yeah, you have, I mean, let's just get right into it. I mean, I could, on both of my hands, count, all the great restaurants. You have Matthew's Pizza, which is
World famous.
an institution.
Amazing.
They've been there forever. Right on Eastern Avenue, you have Sally O's, which is probably probably my favorite restaurant in the city. The Top Chef alum, she creates awesome food.
Right there in Conklin.
You're right on Gough and Conkling Street. Yeah. You have Francesca's Empanadas, like you said. There's tons of great options. Snake Hill, too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Chicken Rico, which is Peruvian rotisserie chicken. I mean, I can really go on. I can't say enough about the good food in the neighborhood.
Yeah, there's so much. The Venice, which
Venice
is
Tavern.
a very well-known dive bar that they love. It's a basement bar.
Yeah.
Very affordable. Super eclectic crowd in there.
It is.
There's such a some of my coolest friends. And they're not trying to be cool. They're just cool. Like live in Highlandtown. It's such a tight knit community of RT people. A lot of people, that work in the movie industry, which was pretty big here for a while. Movie, TV industry with The Wire and Homicide, Life on the Streets, and just really RT. They do the basement tour, the
Yes.
Highlandtown basement tour, which. you get it into some of these really cool houses that are decorated so differently. Have you guys been on that?
I have not been.
I have not. I haven't.
I've heard
That's the
about
first time
them,
I've heard
but-
about it,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah.
I think it's coming up in a week or so. I got to
Okay, well,
go
I'll
online
try it
and
out.
check it out. We were a sponsor for it many years. They stopped doing it during COVID.
Sure.
But it's back. The other nice thing about Highlandtown is you're close to all of the amenities of Brewers Hill and Canton. So you
And Patterson Park.
Patterson Park. I mean, Highlandtown would claim Patterson Park just as well as
Exactly.
Yeah.
Canton and Butchers Hill.
Yeah,
and-
everybody claims it. It is a really good, accessible neighborhood, like you said. I mean, you just go right down Conklin or Haven Street. You have Canton Crossing there with the Target and all your grocery options. And, for people who commute, it's easy to get on to 895, 695. Even going downtown, you take Eastern or Baltimore Street right back down into downtown to get to 83. So it's a super accessible neighborhood. It's a really good central spot on the east side of Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really strong walkability, and just so much more. Well, I like to say that Highlandtown is real. It's the people I meet there are real. It's not a propped up facade.
Authentic.
It's authentic. It's
Yeah.
tight knit. I love Highlandtown. It's one of my favorite. Like I have said a lot of times about other neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I think it's a phenomenal investment opportunity for housing. I think
Absolutely.
because you get all of the amenities and access to a lot of cool spots, if not more, closer. The Highlandtown amenities than say Canton, which is dramatically more expensive.
Right.
So the affordability, it's a great spot. And a lot of people, you hear about the popular neighborhoods, Canton, and then you got Brewers Hill, which has become a very popular neighborhood. But you look at Highlandtown, the southern parts of Highlandtown, the pricing has gone up, and then the central part, and then as you get more northern, it's still a lot of affordability.
Absolutely. My favorite part is right on Elwood, facing west to the park. If you get on some of those rooftop decks, you have the most amazing view of Patterson Park. It is incredible.
Yeah, and of downtown too. And to bring back your point, Ron, I mean, Highlandtown is really having a renaissance right now. I mean, people are seeing the neighborhood for what it is, and people are falling in love with it and wanting to move there because, like you said, people are getting priced out of Canton. The houses are becoming really expensive, but you still want that same neighborhood feel and something that's a little bit different, that's a little bit more cultural, that's a little bit more exciting. And people are really flocking to Highlandtown now. It is having its day, which is
And a
nice.
lot of the homes too have some of those CHAP tax credits, which is also, driving a lot of people towards Highlandtown as well.
Yeah, so I did a neighborhood tour with Pastor Mark Parker, and he is just an amazing person, but definitely a great salesperson for Highlandtown. And one of the places we went to was the library, and it was like the first day of voting, so it was, you had a lot of people, a lot of action. But the library there, what's the name of the Anchor Library? Southeast
Anchor Library.
Library is like a cultural hub that is like a community center. So much more than a library. I mean, it's a library, but it has meeting rooms. Community groups meet there. There's just so many really interesting people that I know through Highlandtown. I mean, it's literally the only neighborhood that I have a sweatshirt repping the neighborhood because I just think it is just one of those really, really cool neighborhoods. It's kind of like Station North a little bit, in the arts district, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So, with the types of housing, I mean, it's all more affordable than the more southern neighborhoods of Brewers Hill and Canton. But there may be a condo building, but it would be a small one, right? Not really.
There are a few apartment buildings there,
Mainly
actually. So you
apartments,
have
yeah.
101 Elwood, which was the old Patterson High School. They turned those into apartments. And then you have right on Eastern Avenue Highland House, which are newer. They were built probably around 2014, 2015. That's a little bit of a high rise, but there's some good affordable apartment options. But a lot of it is housing, your typical, townhouses.
Right, and it's a mix of rentals and then a lot. Every year there's more and more owner occupants, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So Highlandtown's a great neighborhood. We are all real estate agents with the Greatest Moves team. If you want us, or if you'd love to see Highlandtown or any of the surrounding neighborhoods, reach out to us. Our contact info is in this post. We hope to see you soon. Take care.